Hello, for this video I'm going to be showing you how to create a super simple infinitely generating platformer using Construct 3. So your first step is you're going to want to create your sprite that's going to be jumping around. You might already have this, so you can skip this step if you want, but this is required. So remember also to shift your center point when you crop, so that your sprite has a center point that's actually in its middle. So next you're going to want to insert a tiled background to be your floor. You could also use a sprite. I just think tiled backgrounds are a lot more nice looking. So you could just make a pretty simple texture. I'll just do a simple one real quick with just some variation. And if you want, you can copy this texture that I'm making, or you could create your own. It's completely up to you, but having a texture just makes your platforms look a lot nicer. So now that you have your platforms, you're going to want to scale this to however tall you want it to be and however long. I would recommend having it be at least somewhat short, just so that you can find the math of your distance of the sprite a little easier for the generating part. So you're going to put your sprite there, and on behaviors, you're going to add a new behavior, and you're going to do platform. Now you're also going to need another behavior, and this behavior is scroll to. That way your camera scrolls to it. Now to have this actually work with the infinitely generating and not just you go to the end of the layout and it stops, you're going to click on your layout here and then click unbounded scrolling. That'll make it so that you can scroll past it. So as you can see, if you click play, you'll be able to scroll past it. You also do have to remember to click on this and add the behavior solid to it. That way, when you do click play, it stops on there and you can move around and jump on it. So now to make this infinitely generating, you're going to insert another object. You can make this a sprite, preferably, and then you can make this whatever shape you want. I'd recommend making it something you wouldn't normally make, just that you can tell the difference between that and other sprites, and you're going to put this about here. It is very important that you do have it at this point. Otherwise, it's going to mess with the first jump and you won't be able to make the jump. So once you have your sprite there, you're going to go into your event sheet. You are going to add an event. You're going to do whatever your sprite is that you put to the left of the screen, and you're going to do is on screen. That way it just checks if your sprite's actually on the screen. And you're going to add an action, do sprite 2, and then you're going to move forward. And then this is kind of where you have to guess a bit and then tweak it if you want. But you're going to do random with a parenthesis, and then you're going to do, usually it's in between 450 and 550. That's usually what I put, and it usually works out pretty well. So do that for move forward. You're going to do another action for sprite 2. You're going to move at angle, and you're going to have this angle be 270. That way it's up and down angle. And your distance is going to be your random. Now this is up to you. If you want your steps to go up infinitely or down infinitely, then you'll tweak it a bit. So for up, you're going to have the numbers only be in the positive, and for down, you're going to keep the numbers in the negatives. But I'm going to kind of have a bit of both. So I'm going to do negative 150 through 100. And the 100 is just so that you can actually make the jump. Don't go any higher than 125, otherwise your character won't be able to make the jump. So now that you have this, it will be moving your thing forward, and it should look like a platform layout. But what you need to do first is click on sprite 2, spawn another object, and you're going to spawn your tiled background. Now once you have that and you click play, your platforms should be infinitely generating. But as you can see with mine, I did not put the first number high enough, so I'm going to need to tweak that. But it will vary a lot depending on the length of your platform or the distance that your character can jump. But I would say minimum is probably 450 to 550, and your maximum could be in between 700 to 1000. But I'm going to try 550 to 750 and we'll see if that works. Yeah, that looks like it worked pretty well. So now you should have your infinitely generating platformer, and if you want to add checkpoints and stuff, then leave a comment and tell me that you want to see another part to this and how to add checkpoints and lava and danger and stuff to make your infinitely generating platformer a little more interesting. But that's going to do it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed and found this tutorial helpful, but that's it for now. So bye-bye.